Hi guys, Aston here from Aston Interactive, and in today's video I'm sharing what we learned this week in the Ka Hao Indigenous E-Commerce program that I'm part of. And this week we've learnt about the video sales letter, and we were given a framework to use when creating the video sales letter. And it's a 5-step framework. So step 1 is to choose a hook. Now, the hook is the first thing that your customer avatar sees when they land on your video sales letter. It needs to be attention grabbing and entice them to keep watching. Some hooks you can use include a question, a statement, or an interesting statistic. Step 2 is to create a short story. A short story is a powerful way to build an emotional connection with your customer avatar. You use a story to explain the problem that your offer stack solves and how it can benefit them. Step 3 is to use Cialdini's principles in your video presentation, and I think that's how we pronounce it. But Robert Cialdini's book, The Psychology of Persuasion, outlines 6 principles of influence that you can use in your video sales letter. So the first of Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion is reciprocity. Humans value equality and balance to some extent, and this means we don't like to feel like we owe other people. Generally speaking, when people have these social obligations, they try to settle them. For example, if someone sends you a birthday card, you'll almost certainly want to send them one in return. You'll do this when their birthday next rolls around, so that you'll next settle your sense of social obligation. It's possible to use this desire for reciprocity to influence the behaviour of others. The second of Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion is scarcity. The less of something there is, the more people tend to want it. And this holds true for experiences as well as for material products. From a persuasion and influence perspective, this means that to increase interest in your product or service, you may benefit from reducing its availability or at least creating a sense of scarcity. The third of Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion is authority. Individuals who are authoritative, credible, and knowledgeable experts in their fields are more influential and persuasive than those who are not. Part of the reason for this is that authority and credibility are some of the core building blocks of trust. When we trust people, we are more likely to follow them. The fourth of Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion is commitment and consistency. People like to be consistent with their identity or sense of self-image. In other words, if I'm a person who thinks of myself as a healthy person, then I'm more likely to undertake actions that I consider to be healthy. From a persuasion and influence perspective, this means that if I can convince you to act in a minor way in relation to something, then you'll think of yourself as that type of person and be more likely to act in that way again in the future. You'll also be more likely to increase your actions in that direction if I suggest that you do so. The fifth of Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion is liking. It may seem totally obvious, but people are much more likely to be influenced and persuaded by those that they like than those that they don't. Given human nature, people are much more likely to like people who pay them compliments and who cooperate with them than those who don't. And unfortunately, given positive evidence in relation to certain benefits of diversity, people are also much more likely to like people who are similar to them than those who are not. The more the consumer associates with and likes that person, the more likely they are to be influenced by them. In your video sales letter, you can apply this principle by being relatable and personable with your target audience. The last of Cialdini's 6 principles of persuasion is consensus or social proof. Humans are social by nature and generally feel that it's important to conform to the norms of a social group. This means that when it comes to decision making, we often look around us to see what others are doing before making our mind up. So in your video sales letter, you can apply this principle by showcasing the popularity and the success of your offer stack through testimonials, statistics, and endorsements. So step 4 is to show the offer stack. Use visuals and audience to show your customer avatar what your offer stack is and how it can benefit them. Use bullet points to highlight the key features and benefits. And then the last step is the call to action. Your call to action should be clear and easy to follow. This can be to visit your website, call a number, or sign up for a free trial. So there you go. There is the 5-step process that we learned to create a video sales letter. As always, thanks for watching.